Hello everyone, my name is Alvaro Soto and my project is about AWS Lightsail. What is AWS Lightsail? Lightsail is an environment in AWS for new developers to initiate in the cloud services. Lightsail provides simplified versions of AWS services to quickly get web applications and websites up and running. The best part is that it is a starting point for new developers. Therefore, Lightsail has free tier services and low prices. The services that it offers are instances, containers, simplified load balancers, upgrade to EC2, managed databases, block and object storage, CDN distributions, and access to AWS services. The project and objective. We're going to be hosting a web application in the Lightsail environment. First, a Lightsail instance will be created to host the web application. Next, a Lightsail bucket will be created and integrated with the instance. After, a load balancer will be created and used to access the web application. Then, a snapshot of the instance will be created and used to create another instance. Finally, the project will be migrated into Amazon EC2. First, we're going to go into Lightsail. Under instances, we're going to create a brand new instance, Virginia Zone A. The platform is going to be Linux, Unix, and we're going to be using OS only. We're going to be selecting Amazon Linux 2023. For optional, we're going to add a script. And we're going to be selecting the $10 per month, which is free for the first 3 months. That's going to be enough to run smoothly. And then in an instance name, we're going to give it a brand new name. And then we click on create a new instance. Once it is running, we can click on the name of the instance. And we scroll down, we can click on connect using SSH. And now we're going to check that the packages got installed. If we get a command not found, we can just wait a few minutes. The packages are installing. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to clone our project from a Git repository. It's there. Now we're going to go into the folder. And we're going to install the packages that we need. Once it is done, we can host our project. Once it is done building, we copy the IP address and we open it in the browser. Now we go back to Lightsail, we click on storage, then we click on create a bucket. We keep it in the same location, Virginia. We can choose the lowest capacity. We can give it a name. Once it is done, we click on objects here and then we click on file. We're going to be submitting the two images. It is done. If we want to see the details of each one, we can just click on one of them at a time. If we click on the hyperlink, we get an access denied. We go to permissions. We change the permission. And then we make it public. I understand. Yes, save. We go back. We click on any image. We click on the hyperlink. And now they display. We can click on permissions again. On resource access, attach an instance. We select the only instance that we have and then we click on attach. Okay, it is good. If we go back to our connection, let's see if we can access the bucket in our connection. And as you can see, we can access our bucket as simple as just attaching the instance to our bucket. Now, we're going to go back to our connection to go to the first screen. And we can use nano to modify files. So we do nano and the name of the file. We go back to the window with the open image and we copy the URL. And we provide the new URL. There you go. Now, to save the file, we can do Ctrl O. And we click Enter to make sure that we're using the same file name. And then we do Control X. Now we're gonna do the same with the other screen. We can host the website again. It might take a few seconds to load. So, and as we can see, in the first screen, we see the Snoopy image. Now we're gonna be creating a load balancer for our application. So on the left menu, we go to the networking tab. We're gonna be clicking on create load balancer. We can specify the region. We're gonna keep it the same. The initial configuration is HTTP. It is enabled. That's good. We can identify the load balancer 1. Yes. Now we can create the load balancer. Now that we have created the load balancer, we can specify the instances we want to use it with. In the drop-down, there's only one option, instance 1. That's good. And we click on attach to save the changes. Once the instance finishes attaching itself to a load balancer, we can see over here that the health check has passed. Now we can use the DNS name. We click on it. It opens a new window. And boom, we can access our website from the load balancer. Now we're going to be creating a snapshot of the instance. So we can go back to instances and we click on our instance name. Then we click on snapshots and we can create a manual snapshot. And we click on create. We can give it a name and we click on create. It can take up to 2 minutes, but once it is done, we're going to get this. Now on the 3 dots on the right, I'm going to have multiple options. So we click on create a new instance. We can change the location of the instance, and that's what we're going to do. We want to have some high availability, so we're going to change the location of this new instance. We can set it to any other. And we're going to identify the instance. It's going to be instance 2, and we're going to change the value to 2. Then we can create instance. Now that the instance is running, we can go back to networking. We select the load balancer that we have, and we can see that we can attach another instance. So we have available instance 2. We click on attach. Okay, once the instance is done attaching, we can see that the health check is failed because we haven't run and hosted our web application in that instance. Now, Lightsail provides a process to migrate into EC2. Now we're going to go into snapshots. We can click on the down arrow. And on the right, we're going to see 3 dots. We're going to click on them. And we're going to click on export to Amazon EC2. We get a warning confirmation pop-up window. We can read everything and then we click on just continue. We get a second warning pop-up message stating that if we use the default key to connect to the instance of this snapshot, we need to replace it with our own key pair. We acknowledge that we know of this. And then over here on the top, in the task monitor, we can see that the process is running. Once it is done, we're going to see below task history. So it shows exported to Amazon EC2. Perfect. You got 2 hyperlinks. We can click on open the Amazon EC2 console. It will take us to a new window. And it will display the Amazon machine image. Snapshots. We got the snapshot over here. We can click on the task monitor again. And we can click on the second link. Create a new Amazon EC2 instance. But this time it's going to be done through Lightsail. And this is just kind of a wizard. It will take you step by step explaining the differences between Lightsail instances and EC2 instances. And one last thing is just a warning that this time we're creating an instance out of Lightsail and in EC2. And we can click on create resources in EC2. Thank you so much.